Red Cross here in Central New York is low on volunteers because there have been 5 fires in the past 2 days. The names engraved here on this wall were not just victims, they were people too. Hudson thinks with the Common Council's support, this bill will not take long to be passed through Albany. While Suspect has found his home in Syracuse, he doesn't just cheer for the Chiefs at home. He sometimes makes the trip to Buffalo, Rochester, or even Scranton to yell at the players. Despite the ranking, Baldwinsville is not crime-free. Just a few weeks ago, this Dunkin' Donuts behind me was robbed. 3 missing schoolgirls have crossed into Syria. Shamima Begum, Khadiza Sultana, and Amira Abays disappeared from London last week. I-81 was closed for about 6 hours following the accident, but has since reopened. Sergeant Stepien says the dog will cost the department about $7,000.
And so there's a level of commitment and sophistication to the thinking here that we really need.
Secretary of Defense Ash Carter met with Chancellor Syverud and other SU representatives before talking to the crowd of students, faculty, and elected officials.
Got a briefing from the Institute for Veterans and Military Families this morning describing all of the incredible path-breaking work that you're doing. So important and sadly actually not replicated anywhere else.
Secretary Carter used this visit to outline his changes for the Defense Department. He plans on looking at the defense budget and being more critical of where the money goes.
I am aware of the fact that we don't spend every dollar in the best possible way and that we need to get better. So I'm determined to have reform in defense.
Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul says defense spending cuts might impact the Central New York economy. Bases like Fort Drum are important to the area.
We rely on our military bases, not just because of the preparedness and the work that they do militarily, but these are also large employers. And so the consequences are dire if anything should happen through these cuts to bases in the state of New York, particularly something as large as Fort Drum.
This weekend, I met with the Chiefs' biggest fan. You can find him in section 205 at every home game, but if you don't see him, you will definitely hear him.
I see you stunt. What's up?
You'll see Lloyd Broadnax at every Chiefs home game, but you may not know him as Lloyd. He goes by Suspect.
I just started calling players that. Ones that made mistakes like that, once they made one, that was it. I classified him as being suspect.
He is the type of person that would often yell at an opposing pitcher or an opposing batter, "You're suspect, pitcher is suspect, batter is suspect," and voila, he is now suspect.
Suspect hasn't always been a Chiefs fan. In 2001, his mom died of bone cancer, and he moved to Syracuse to live with his sister.
I had to get out of New York. I was stressed out. Then I found the stadium in 2003. Then that was it. That was it.
Now he's considered one of the Chiefs' biggest fans.
Yeah! Yeah! I told you!
He is one of the fans that rain or shine, 85 or 45 degrees, will be out there, will be loud, and no matter if there are 9,000 fans or if there are 900 fans here, he is always the loudest.
He's here. I mean, he's here every single game. So, I mean, every time we're here, he's here.
We all fans. I'm not special. I just like doing what I do.
He just loves the sport, loves the teams, and just wants to see the Chiefs do well. So it's a beautiful thing.
Suspect yells with purpose. He grew up playing shortstop and uses his knowledge of the game to heckle the other team and cheer for the Chiefs.
Jordan, change up and get him. Watch. Got him.
One Chiefs pitcher last year told me he was going to throw a pitch, and then he heard Suspect say, "Hit him with the changeup," and he stepped off the mound and thought, I should throw a changeup, and then threw a changeup and struck the batter.
My message is for the players. I like to just get on there, heckle the players. You want to shut me up, you gotta make your back crack. You gotta get hits. Because I'm happy.
While Suspect has found his home in Syracuse, he doesn't just cheer for the Chiefs at home. He sometimes makes the trip to Buffalo, Rochester, or even Scranton to yell at the players.